There are a couple people I know that own Suburbans, and they've complained about bad speakers in the doors. And I went and looked on the internet, and it seems like quite a few people have problems with these door speakers. There's a lot of speculation on why they go bad, but I thought I'd take a look at them once and says, hey, just take a look inside, see if you can figure out why. So look at that. I'm looking at this speaker in the driver's door, and I don't see any problem. There's no tears in it. There doesn't appear to be any visible damage, but I'm going to go ahead and pull it out and see if we can see something inside here. I'm going to look real close here at the electrical connection. Look at that. I see some rust there. And look at the water. Look at all that water, and I'm seeing water inside the plug. I'm going to take that plug out, and we're going to take a closer look. Well, sure enough, there's water down inside that plug. I imagine if water's getting into that plug, it's probably doing something else that's not too healthful for this particular Bose speaker. So why is water getting into those plugs? I did a little investigative work, and let me show you why. You can see the wiring is attached to the backside of the speaker, and it sits down in the door cavity. And guess what happens when it rains? You get water coming down to those window seals and dripping down inside the door. Of course, it's going to drip out the bottom of the door down here, but it's hitting this wire, and it's tracking right down the wire, right to the plug, and onto the speaker. So when I install these new speakers, we're going to make sure that water is not running down this wire. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up the back door. The driver's side back door speaker is also bad. What happens is the speaker gets real raspy sounding, particularly at high volume. So let's see if we have the same problem in the rear doors. Got the left rear door panel off now. I'll pull the speaker out. Let's see what this wire looks like here. This is going to either prove or disprove my theory, but in any case, I can't imagine water, even if it's only getting on that front speaker, can be very helpful to the health of it. So let's see what this one looks like. Okay, that one's dry. So it doesn't look like the wiring is a problem for the rear speaker. But if you look closely, I'm seeing rust right there on that fitting. So I'm not convinced, even though this particular plug is dry right here, that water hasn't gotten into the speaker in the past. Let's take another look at the speaker. Obviously you can see that contact rivet there is rusty, but I got looking up here at the top, and look at the amount of rust on that clip. Now that means that obviously there's a lot of rainwater that's coming down and hitting this inside part of the door panel. That clip is located right in here, so water is dripping down in here, and it's obviously going and getting on the back side of the speaker. So maybe that moisture over 5-6 years is weakening the membrane, because let me show you how these sound when they start to fail. Okay, I had to close the door. That was a little loud, but I think you get the idea. When you get that volume cranked up, you can hear the raspiness in the speaker. I'll be the first to admit there's probably any number of ways you could solve this water permeation problem to these speakers. And I'm just going to show you what I did. First off, I went ahead and insulated the inside of the door panels. This was something that I wanted to do anyway, because it will reduce sound vibrations coming from the road while driving, and also probably improve the sound. So this is the material I use. It's readily available on the internet. And then of course you have to cut it to sizes here, and it's self-stick when you peel that backing off. So that's going to really help quiet the doors down and probably improve the quality of the sound coming out of that speaker. The second thing I did was I put a water dam on the wire. See that? I just cut a piece of clear plastic and slid it and rolled it over that wire, and then I taped it so it can't move. Any water now that's dripping down this wire is going to hit this and go off before it gets down into the plug. That's what I want to do. I want to keep water out of the plug. And then as far as the speaker, I went ahead and took some clear plastic and I made a curved water dam over the top. See, I used silicone glue to glue that. I taped the ends up so it would hold it in place. And so when this is sitting in the door, any water hitting up above there is going to drip off that plastic and drip off the sides. You don't want to completely cover up these speakers because it will it'll kind of ruin the sound. So I wanted to leave the speakers open, but I wanted to provide that water dam for any rainwater entering the door. So I'm going to put this back together now, and I'm going to play the music once this is done. There's no way I'm going to know for at least 5 years whether or not this really solved the problem. But I feel pretty confident that this type of repair is going to improve the longevity of these speakers. You can see it's time to celebrate. Those speakers sound so much better.